Start by turning your basket upside down and measure out the spot you would like to put the top of your lamp. I used some scissors and cut a small hole, just enough to put the base where the light bulb goes through, and I secured it with some zip ties. Next, you're ready to start wrapping the wire basket with your twine or rope. I used twine since I used a smaller basket. Start at the very top and work your way down, going all the way around. I secured it with super glue at the top and then hot glue in the middle. After wrapping all the way around it, I turned it upside down and I put hot glue on the inside of it as well to give it an extra layer of being attached and not falling apart. Once you have that complete, you are almost done. You add your light bulb and hang your pendant, and voila, you are all finished with your cute DIY light pendant that you made in under an hour.
Next time you're at Dollar Tree, browse their wire basket section and pick up some of their gold rectangle baskets, the small ones and the large, a few of the circle ones, then as well scoop up some of the white wire baskets and head over to the kitchen section and grab yourself a paper towel holder. For my first project, I'm going to take the paper towel holder as well as two of their white round baskets. Then I'm going to take the paper towel holder and place it on the bottom like you see here, just so that I can find the middle of the paper towel holder and then cut out the wire basket just in the middle. You want to make sure that it's directly in the middle so that your basket sits straight. You're going to slide it over top of the wire holder and then you're going to secure it in place with some zip ties at the bottom. Once you have this first basket on the bottom tight and secure, you're next going to take your second wire basket and you're going to line it up on the bottom again and cut out the middle portion of the wire basket. And again, making sure it's directly in the middle so your basket sits straight. You're going to place it on your paper towel holder and put it at your desired height, and then you're going to place some zip ties around the paper towel holder to give it a little bit of a ledge to sit on. So I've used about 4 zip ties here and placed them in place like you see. Then you're going to come in with some E6000 and you're going to secure it all around the zip ties to give it extra security. You're going to let that set for at least 12 to 24 hours and then you can spray paint it your favorite color. I chose a nice gold here and I'm using it in my bathroom to store lotions and sprays. But this idea also works great in the kitchen or in your office or anywhere else in your home. For the next idea, I'm going to be taking 3 of the gold wire baskets, 2 of the small rectangles and 1 of the large flat rectangles, and I'm going to be placing them here. This DIY is super easy, takes 4 zip ties, the 3 baskets, and you're pretty much done. So you're just going to zip tie the smaller rectangular basket at the bottom of the large rectangular basket like so, cut off the excess zip ties, and then repeat the process at the top with the second small rectangular basket, zip tying it to the top, cutting off the excess, and this one is pretty much done. So this is as easy as it gets for DIYs, and this makes a cute little caddy to store whatever you like. You can use it in the kitchen for fruit, but I'm actually going to use it here in my craft room to store supplies that I use all the time, and I want to be able to grab them easily. Of course, you could spray paint this to a color that suits your finishings, but I really like the gold baskets just as they are. For my next project, I'm going to be taking the circle gold basket as well as this candlestick holder that I had on hand, and I'm going to be attaching it to the top of the candle holder using a little bit of E6000. So you just place the E6000 down anywhere where the wire basket will touch the candlestick holder and let that dry for 12 hours. Then I'm going to come in with this wood craft round that I have and I'm going to paint it with a Decorative metallic finish. This wood round fits the top of my wire basket, so if you can find one that fits the top. Then I'm going to mark out the middle of the wood round using a tape measure, and then I'm going to use a drill bit to drill directly through the center. Then I have this fancy drawer pull here that has a nut and bolt style attachment. I'm going to put that through, attach the nut, and then I have a nice lid for this wire basket decorative display. I've filled it here with some nice Easter eggs and some moss as we're coming up close to spring, but obviously you could finish it off and put anything inside based on season or everyday home decor.
Pick up one garden border from your local Dollar Tree. Cut the spiked bases off of the border fence. Add small black zip ties to attach the wreath form to the border fence. Wrap the border fence with small twinkle lights all the way around. Add greenery of choice around the top of the border fence with hot glue. There you have it, a cheap way to create your own boho-inspired pendant light for your home for less than $10.
Grab a wire trash basket from the Dollar Tree. Then I spray painted the inside and the outside of the basket of metallic silver. And cut a small hole in the bottom center of the basket. Adhere a napkin holder from the Dollar Tree to the inside of the cut hole. So I'm attaching wire to a napkin ring and floating it toward the middle of the basket. I got these silver zip ties that I'm attaching to the bottom of the wire basket. I'm hooking on more silver zip ties to complete the bottom section. Then hook on some white zip ties towards the middle and the top once the bottom section is completed. Make it fuller and fill in any gaps with the remaining zip ties. Then adhere a few feathers for extra texture.
I'm using one large piece of foam core from Dollar Tree and cutting it to size into 2 smaller pieces. I'm using each foam core sheet to create a guide to cut my peel and stick wallpaper to size. Next, I'm going to use a squeegee that I use for vinyl and 2 sheets of peel and stick wallpaper with an Art Deco geometric design from Dollar Tree to apply directly to the foam core board. Once applied, just making sure that it's completely smooth with the squeegee and bubble free. Next, I'm using 2 gold paper trays from Dollar Tree, a hot glue gun, and my 2 wallpaper covered sheets of foam core to glue to the bottom of each tray. I'm doing little dots of hot glue in and around the wire base and then placing the foam core on top and then filling in any gaps. Using antique gold rub and buff with a rag, I'm applying the rub and buff all over the wood pieces. I want it to be completely covered. I'm allowing plenty of time for the gold to dry before taking my hot glue gun and gluing the cubes on either side of the wood dowels. You can also use E6000 for this step. Now it's time to assemble this whole project together. I'm using my hot glue gun to attach one side of the wood dowels to one of the gold trays on the top. Allow for plenty of dry time before attaching the other side of the dowels to the underside of the other gold tray. From there, we are going to place this in my home to use as storage. This is a really inexpensive DIY project and is perfect for bathroom storage, and it's very easy to make. I hope this inspired you to try this Dollar Tree basket tiered tray organizer. It's an easy and organizational project on a budget, and it doesn't look like it's on a budget. Thank you for watching Home Talk, and see you next time.